do it. Okay, let's see. Whoa! Hey everyone, Mitch here. Thank you for joining me. I'm back after a long break, and this time I'm trying my hand at Path of Exile. I've played a little bit this latest league and quite enjoying it, but first two characters I played weren't quite for me, so I'm going to try something different. I came across a skill that I thought I'd like using, but the problem is you have to be level 28 to get to it. It's called Discharge. It was actually quite strong skill, an Ignite Discharge build a few leagues ago, but they nerfed Discharge quite significantly, so that build's sort of okay now. But I did some research, stumbled across another build which uses Discharge as the on-hit damage rather than the Ignite damage. But it was an endgame build, so I thought, why can't I just try and use Discharge at leveling? So that's the plan, and it might be a silly plan, but that's the plan. So what I'm going to do is just get through this first section here, this little mini boss, which will be coming up soon, and then I'll explain what I'm going to do to get to level 28, so I can start using Discharge, and a little quirk of Discharge, which is a bit of a problem I have to solve to be able to use it. So you may not know about Path of Exile, but one of the fantastic things about the game is any character can use any skill, and the skills get more powerful the more links you can add to them. So in this case, with this starting character, starting off with Viper Strike, and you get a support gem straight away. So you have a 2-link skill. Later on in the game you want to get up to a 6-link. You can only get a 6-link in either a 2-handed weapon or the chest piece, or the other, this is hands, feet, head. They only go up to 4, and 1-handed weapons and off-hand weapons, you can only get 3 links. So that's how it works. So the more support gems you can add, the more damage you can do, and the more sort of variety with defenses and attack skills as well you can have. So that's the guts of it, that's the basics. So let's get through this first section. I'll explain what my plan is. So there should be a little mini boss up here, which won't be too much of a problem. I'll just let it hit me, try and hit me, and I'll just run around. I'll stop at half health and sort of enrage a bit. So just do the same thing, run around. Just I'm going to pick everything up because I don't have much currency. So I'll also show you how much currency my other characters I tried out generated, which is hardly anything at all. So I'm basically starting from scratch. Alright, so this is the plan. The plan is, I'll show you the currency I've got first, which is hardly anything at all. I got one lucky drop early on with a Chaos Orb, but that's hardly anything if you know Path of Exile. So anyway, back to my plan. My plan is to get to level 28 to use Discharge, but as you can see from the description, the old Ignite build used to be 30% less damage with ailments, and now it's 60% less damage with ailments, so the build got nerfed pretty hard. But I did find another build which uses the on-hit damage of Discharge, which I'm going to try and use leveling and for endgame. So I'm going to use that. But as you can see, you need to generate charges to be able to use Discharge. So the first ones are power charges, there's endurance charges and frenzy charges. Really got no way of generating frenzy charges at the beginning game. So I'll look at power charges and endurance charges. So what we can do in the beginning is use Enduring Cry, which will generate endurance charges. There's also a skill, don't think I got it. Yeah, here, Power Siphon, which you can gain power charges when your projectile hits a rare or unique enemy. But also, one of the reasons I decided to try and use Discharge is I found on my other character a unique wand, which is sort of looks to me like it's definitely a leveling wand, but it might be designed to use with Power Siphon, and you can generate power charges. So I thought that would be very interesting to sort of create a leveling build off and see how far I can push it. One of my issues, I think will be an issue later on, is that it'll probably be great for clearing the basic normal mobs, and okay for sort of unique mobs maybe, but the act bosses, which have quite a lot more hit points, might be a problem, a lot more health. So we'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm going to use. So my aim is push it to level 28 to use Power Siphon, and Discharge and Enduring Cry, and see how we can go from there. So we can add a support gem which adds power charges on critical strikes, but my critical strike chance is going to be super low in the beginning until I get to end game, so this may not be the best one to use, these two support gems with extra damage on crit and power charge on critical strike. So yeah, might not be a problem, might be a problem I mean. So a good thing with this wand is that you can gain a power charge, chance to gain a power charge on kill. It would be best if I had 2 of these, but 1 should be okay. So we'll see. The other issue with the build is the Discharge has a 2-second cooldown, and that's not great when you're running through and trying to clear. So what I thought of later on is, if I've got a good way of generating power charges, for example, critting and getting more power charges when I discharge, I can add in a second wind support, which means it'll add another charge to discharge, so I'll be able to use it twice in a row if I need to. So that's basically the plan. For leveling, I'm going to use Holy Flame Totem, probably with Summon Phantasm support, which would basically just generate some meat shields, and Flame Wall, so the projectiles from Flame Totem will go through the Flame Wall and add a lot of extra damage. So that's the plan, so I'm going to get on with it. I'm not going to show the whole leveling process. My aim is get to level 28, start using Discharge, and get a lot of footage from there. But I might show some of these act bosses in the beginning, but as I said, I'm really just going to try and push it as fast as I can to get to level 28, and we'll go from there. The other thing is the passive skill tree is crazy. If you've ever seen Path of Exile, you know it's a bit crazy. The best thing to do is follow a guide, especially if you're not an expert. So the plan is, for me, actually, should I look at charge? Yeah, that's good enough. I actually might do search for power. There we go. The plan is start with an assassin, because, or a shadow I should say, because they're very, you can get a lot of crit with them. My plan is head up here, grab these damage nodes, head over for the extra maximum power charge, which will be great for when we are using Discharge. Head up to get another maximum power charge, get another one maximum power charge up here. The problem is there's another maximum power charge way over here, so that's sort of later end game, high level stuff. I can get the points, passive points to get around here. But what I'll be doing is probably adding some area of effect and lots of crit chance, lots of damage, and probably come down here for some evasion so I don't die. So what I'm planning on doing is following, not exactly, a build by a YouTuber called This Is Badger, who created an endgame build for Discharge using crit and the hit damage for Discharge. But obviously he's got endgame gear, a lot of endgame stuff, so I won't be able to follow his build exactly, and he didn't use it for leveling. So my plan is to follow something similar and use it for leveling and see how far I can get. So that's it. I'll see you later on for some leveling footage. Okay, we've hit level 4, so I just want to show you the setup I have now, which is, we've got Frostblink, which is a movement skill, which is excellent. It does have a long cooldown, 3 seconds, so I'll probably swap to Flame Dash, which I believe has 3 charges, which is great. Anyway, damaging setup is Holy Flame Totem and then drop a Flame Wall in front of it between the Flame Totem and the enemies. That way the projectiles from Flame Totem will go through the Flame Wall, add fire damage, and this carves through enemies. If I need to, I've got Freezing Pulse as well to damage. Probably use this on bosses only, but we'll see. And this will probably get us all the way to 28, level 28, when we can get Discharge. So anyway, I'm still in the first section, but we're pretty much set up, ready to go. As you can see, the Flame Wall pretty much destroys everything. Just run around, let it do its thing. There we go. The little phantasms of our little meat shields, they do a little bit of damage as well, which is excellent. 3 link, I'll keep that. Anyway, so leveling up Freezing Pulse. So yeah, that's it. This is going to take us, this damage setup, all the way to level 28. And we'll be looking good to experiment with Discharge and the unique wand I found. So let's keep going. I'll show you a little bit more. This is really what I'm doing. Just dropping the Flame Totem in the Flame Wall. If I need to, I can throw in some Freezing Pulses, but not needed with a lot of the mobs. So yeah. Leveling should be relatively easy. This other shell
just
I need
a
to
moment
find.
to catch my breath.
Got the Iron Ring. Alright. Oh. Rare mobs. The Flame Wall and Flame Totem pretty much goes through everything. So it's a pretty good setup for leveling. And look for this other yellow exclamation mark, the quest location.
Every death I live a little bit
XP.
more.
So this is this Sentinel cache here, this part of this league. Basically, from what I understand, is you equip it, you equip a Sentinel in, you can sort of buff them up a bit, but what they do is you can drop the Sentinel once per map area you are in, and they buff the monsters, the mobs, to make them harder to kill, but they also drop better loot. So this is the league mechanic. This league, oh, I've got all 3. Alright. So this is the next section, but there's another section back in the previous area which I want to go to. So I'll do that. So I think I get a passive point from it. So anyway, what I've spent passive points on so far is, as I said, just heading up here, grabbing elemental damage, head over here, grab this one. I'll probably come down and grab this for survivability. We'll probably not grab that. And what I'll do is head over here. This will start increasing crit, strike chance and crit multiplier, but it's not going to be a big factor in leveling. What I really want to do, as I said, head over here, grab this maximum power charge, and that'll give a good boost to Discharge when we start using it. That's it so far. Alright, we are level 9 now, so this setup with Holy Flame Totem and Flame Wall is working really, really well, exceptionally well. So it's been really smooth going. I haven't even looked like dying. It's been great. It's got a few passive points, so I think I'm going to head up here. Increase my crit, as I said. Head here, probably just go like this, come around. Anyway, see when we get there. What I thought I might do is show you the league mechanic it's going, because that's going to feature pretty heavily. And as I said, all you need to do is drop a Stalker Sentinel, or whatever Sentinel you have equipped. In my case, I just need to hit F2, and it'll buff any mobs around and improve their drops. So let's just show you again how good this Flame Wall, Flame Totem setup is. It's just carving through everything. So working exceptionally well. Let's find some more mobs and I'll just drop this Sentinel. There you go. The red beams, the Sentinel buffing. There you go. Got some extra drop already. That's it. Working very well. So we're gonna smash through this early content. It's just destroying. Don't need that. Okay, so there's a mini boss up here. Boss, just destroy it. Go. That's how good this setup is. Let's grab the mana flask we might need. So I'm going to be zooming through this leveling as much as we can. Just drop the flame totem. Sometimes don't even need the flame wall. That's it. Keep going. Make sure get my mana. Easy.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
So as we've gone from one area to the next, our Sentinel is back up. So we can use it again, so let's do it. Why not? Wait for it to buff.
I'm so good at this, I scare myself.
Sentinel's still around. Good drops. That's how it works. Do I need that? No. Right. So this is an older, I think, older league mechanic. These essence drops. What you can do is use them to convert sort of white equipment, common equipment, into the yellow, the rare equipment with extra bonuses for you. Alright, I've got the next waypoint, and that's the update for now. So another passive point right over here. So we're looking pretty good. Level 10 already, and that's been very quick. So looking at heading to 28 as soon as possible. Alright, we are in the Warden's quarters, which is sort of a toughish boss if you don't know what you're doing in the beginning, I think. But we should be fine because this Flame Totem, Flame Wall has been fantastic so far. So we should be around here somewhere.
You think me whole? I will show you what true horror is. Let me embrace you. Come.
It's getting a bit smashed, a bit destroyed. Oops, he's not good of me. Just throw a few freezing pulses in.
Embrace you.
He's going down now.
Big just means more places to stick a blade.
Alright. So, don't have much
need more
room,
pockets.
but it's fine.
Just need a
Let's go
moment
through,
to catch my
finish
breath.
this beginning area. There you go, so you can see how strong this setup is in the beginning. Let's just go back, make some room in our inventory.
I don't think I need to be doing that right now.
We've got some more quests.
Goodbye.
The Warden's.
Alright, so what do we want? Do we need anything? Flame Dash would be good. Maybe I'll need Clarity for later on. Don't need anything else, I think. The Flame Dash is good because it has 3 charges, whereas Frost Blink, what we're using, has 1 charge. So I might grab Flame Dash. Request reward. Get rid of these. Don't need these. What I've got as well is the Act Boss in Act 1 is cold damage, a lot of cold damage. So I've picked up a couple of Sapphire Rings. 3, which is pretty good. And I found this unique as well, which probably can't use, but might be good for another build later on.
Farewell.
So I'll throw it in the stash. Throw this, I think it's just going to take up room. Got another Sentinel as well. Where's my Frost Blink? There. Replace it with Flame Dash. You can see it's got the little 3, which is the 3 charges, which is pretty good. And that's it. We're all set up. Going to the next section. Level 11. Looking good. Alright, so here we are. Merveil's Lair. I believe she's the Act Boss for Act 1. So once we defeat this boss, we'll be into Act 2. Things have been going really smoothly, really quickly. I know that with this boss you need cold resistance, and definitely got a few of these Sapphire Rings dropped, which is fantastic. So, oh, no, I cannot use my wand. Okay, that's interesting. How much cold resistance do I have? 49%, that should be fine, I guess. We will see. Oh, I don't even have a headpiece yet. Have to remedy that. Anyway, level 15, well on the way to level 28. Let's allocate some passive points. I am going to head for this +1 maximum power charges, even though I won't be able to use Discharge until level 28. Because why not? I'll set it up. Things are going pretty smoothly. I don't need to have a sort of leveling path and then change it around, I don't think. We'll see. So I'm going to head here. I wasn't sure. I want to grab this jewel socket. I wasn't sure whether to just head up here, grab the maximum power charges, or whether to go across and come up, but you can always change it later on. So anyway, now I've got +1 to maximum power charges, which I believe puts us at 4. Yep. But of course, it's not really going to matter until we get Discharge, start using Discharge. So anyway, this boss is hopefully going to be fairly easy. But we will see. Stay out of the cold if I can. Let the flame totem and flame wall do most of the work. Some ads. Mana up, chug some flasks if I need to. She's second stage. There we go. Too bad. Just keep up. Flame totem, flame wall, void. These sort of water tornado-y things. Stay out of the way of the eggs. Okay. Over here. There we go.
My first dance with a lady of quality. Really should let herself go like that.